Hello, our viewers. We're excited to be hosting our very first show right here on A Talk with Joe. Now, this is a platform that gives the best talk on self-relief and motivating stories that should drive you emotionally, physically, and your social well-being. On today's topic, we're going to be discussing about how you can handle stress in schools. There are a lot of situations that arise in schools about the stress, pandemic, and other activities that take place that arise from stress. Right here with me is a special guest. I'll just let him introduce about a little bit about himself.
Oh, I'm Chama Mutale. I'm 18 years of age and I recently just completed school at Kansenshi, and now I'm just doing various activities such as drawing and uploading those on different pages, then receive some income from different places.
Wow, wow, that's really much interesting. So, to start with, I'll just like to ask you one question um, about stress. Like, have you ever felt stress like in school while you are in school?
Yeah, very much. Because, especially for me, there are various situations that demanded me to do certain activities, and sometimes I wouldn't always reach the circumstances. So, when the event would pass, I would really feel stressed afterward.
Right. So now, was it, because to be specific, there are two types of like stress. There's a beneficial stress that's I believe there's a certain amount of stress that enables you maybe to work hard in school. Maybe I might give an example, maybe in class, or maybe you are trying to write an exam, and then maybe you haven't studied, and then maybe you want to like have that an opportunity like to pass the exams. Now, how can you define your stress? Was it like a prolonged stress, or maybe it's just a normal stress? How is that for you? How is it?
Yeah, okay, I can say both situations where there was prolonged and short term. A good number of times there would be situations where I would just be told something to do there and then,
Okay.
and then because it's something which is new to me,
All right.
trying to ask other people, they would refuse to inform you, and that would just build up on the stress and build up. But I would just find comfort in friends and allies that I had at school.
All right. So, how did you handle the situation? How did you handle the same stress?
Okay. At one time I was asked to prepare an event.
All right.
Yes. Now, majority of no one knew except me, and I had to inform people.
All right.
But when I tried to inform people, many were not found,
Okay.
and others ended up refusing to be part of the program. So that built up on that stress. But instead of just reflecting too much on what I couldn't do, I had to accept the limitations that I had,
Okay.
and I looked for close friends, those who I knew would be willing to go on board with the program. And even if they refused, I would accept that I really did my best,
Exactly.
and there's nothing more I could do.
Right. So now, how can you prevent that kind of stress? Like when you're feeling much stressed, and then how can you handle that stress? Like not going to stressful situations. Like how can you handle it in that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I can say really helped me is that I didn't ever view myself as a perfectionist.
Okay.
If a situation had to be done, I would try to do it, and I would just accept that what I've done is what the situation called for.
Right.
Even certain times, I would also make sure that I would have a regular program. If someone introduced something, I would understand that this is not going to affect me later on, because the activities for the day are not interrupted.
Right. That's really amazing. That's really amazing. So like you understand there are a lot of people that get stressed, especially in schools right now. Yeah, there are a lot of challenges that are rising in schools. Uh, what can you tell to the same people right there who are facing these challenges, especially in schools? What can you tell a colleague out there?
I think I can advise them that, one, they should take each day one at a time. It's advised that you do not want to reflect on the negatives that will happen the next day. If you've done something good, just try to reflect on the positives that will happen the coming day. That way, there will be a much less work on your plate,
Yeah.
and you won't get so compelled to try and react to something you just can't react to. Because at some dictionaries and some dictionaries say that stress is when you want to respond to a demanding situation.
Exactly.
But if you create a situation which is not demanding, but you want to act on it, yet you can't, that creates a negative kind of stress. So I would advise people to understand their limitations.
Exactly. All right. Amazing talk. It was a nice talk with you. I really appreciate you having to come here. We really appreciate much of you. Thank you to you, our viewers. It has been an exciting episode. Catch me next time on the next episode. All you have to do to get notified with the latest videos right here, you have to subscribe, hit the subscription button to get notified with the latest videos right here. Thank you to you, our viewers. It has been an exciting episode with you. Until next time, catch me on the latest. I want to, okay,
Continue.
Edwin, do it.
One more time, okay.
Wait,
One more
wait,
time.
wait,
Let's
wait.
go.